Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make a granny square. Now this one has 4 rows, but with granny squares you can really just continue on making it even bigger until it's whatever size you want it to be. But for today we're just going to be doing 4 rows. So this is all the supplies you're going to need. You're going to need any yarn, but today I'm going to use the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And for this yarn, it's the recommended hook size is 5mm. So I have my 5mm crochet hook, I have my yarn needle, and then some scissors. So let's get started. So there are a few ways to make a granny square, but I like this way and I find it the most easy for me. So the first thing you're going to do is make a slip knot. So, and if you want a slower version, you can check out my first video where I make sure to do everything really slow and so you can see, right? So I'm gonna put that on our hook, and now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and now we're going to be slip stitching into the 4th chain from your hook. And how you do a slip stitch is you put your hook through and pull your yarn like this. And if you pulled your yarn through these two, that would be a single crochet. But instead of doing that, we're just going to pull through this hoop right here, and that is how you do a slip stitch. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to chain 3, and that will count as your first double crochet in your little clusters we're going to be making, okay? So we chain 3, and we're going to be working our double crochets into this hole right here, not into this one, because this is the 4th chain from your hook. So we're going to be working in this one. Right, so over, make sure to go through this one, through, pull up a loop, and we're going to pull through 2, then pull through 2. And that is our second double crochet in our 3 cluster we're going to be making. So we're going to make one more, right? To this one. The loop through 2, pull through 2. So this is the first little cluster we're going to be making. We're going to be making 4 in the granny square so it can be the granny square shape. So to make the corner, we're going to be chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to be making 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3. See how it's made like a little corner? So we're going to be doing that again. We're going to be chaining 3, yarn over, and make 3 double crochets. And we're going to do that one more time. Just going to chain 3, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3. Alright, now that we've made 4 of these little clusters, we're going to be chaining 3 again. And then we're going to be slip stitching into that 3rd chain that we made in the beginning. So we're going to chain 3. And this part can be a little tricky, so just take your time in finding the loop. So we want to get, see that little bump right there? We want to be going through that. and we want these two loops to be going through. Now, if you have a hard time doing this, what I like to do is take your yarn needle, pull it through the area, and just kind of stretch it out a little bit so you can get through it better. Like this. You also can make your chains a little looser. I'll try to make that. Over, pull through, and then pull through to make that chain. And that is the first row of your little granny square. Now if you just want just a mini granny square, you can stop here and then make a bunch and put them together, but I'm going to be doing a few more rows. So we're going to chain 3, making sure to make them a little looser this time. And we're going to be doing our double crochets into this corner, okay? So this big hole right here. I'm gonna yarn over and put it through here, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so that's your first little cluster. And now we're going to be chaining 1 and then crocheting into this corner right here. So we're going to be, or double crocheting into this corner right here. Okay, so I chain 1 and do double crochet like this. We're going to do 2 more, and I'm going to show you how to do the corner. Alright, so now that you've made 3 more double crochets, you're going to chain 3. And now, to make the corner, we're going to make 3 more double crochets in this same hole right here. So we're going to crochet like this. And that is how you make a corner. And you're going to be making a corner like this every time you expand your row. The corners are always going to stay the same. So we're going to do that again. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. Okay. I'm going to chain 3 and then 3 more double crochets. Okay, and then you're going to be repeating this until the end of the row, and then I'll show you how to do round 3. Now that we've made it to the last little cluster, we're going to be making 1 more double crochet, and then we're going to be chaining 3. Now we're going to be slip stitching into the 3rd chain that we made in the very beginning. So just like the first row, I'll pull the yarn through and then slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to start the 3rd row. So chain 3 and then make 2 double crochets in this space right here. 1, 2. Now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to be making our 3 double crochets in this space right here. So I'm going to yarn over and put 1, chain 2, chain 2. Now we're going to be doing that 2 more times. 1, 2, to a total of 3. Then we're going to be chaining again, and then making 3 double crochets in this corner, and we're going to be doing the corner just like we did in the previous row. Okay, now we're going to be chaining 3, and we're going to make our 3 double crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's how you make your first little part in row 3. So we're going to be doing that again. So chain 1, 3 double crochets, okay, and chain again, and 3 double crochets, and then chain 3 again, and make that same corner again. Okay, you're going to be repeating this till you get to this, your first little triad of treble crochet, or double crochet, excuse me, and then I'll show you how to do a slip stitch and then the final round. Now we're going to be chaining 3 and then making a slip stitch to that third chain from the very first cluster we've made. 1, 2, 3, and then make our slip stitch. Alright, that is your third row. Now we're going to be starting the fourth, and then we will be finished with our granny square. So chain 3, and we're going to make the same clusters, just like we've been doing. I'm going to chain 1, and double crochet. Now we're going just to repeat that. We're going to chain 1 again, and then make our 3 double crochets. Alright, and then we're going to make a corner like we've been doing. So chain 1, 3 double crochet, right, chain 3, for double crochets. Alright, I'll show you how to do this row one more time. So chain 1, we'll do double crochets into this space and then into this space. So 2, 3, and we're going to chain 1, and then the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And now we're just going to make me doing the corner. Hasn't changed since any of the previous rows. Okay, now you're just going to repeat this until you get to this part right here where you made your first little cluster, and I'll show you how to make the slip stitch again, and then I'll show you how to weave in your ends. Now we are at our final double crochet. Then we're going to be chaining 3 again, and we're going to be slip stitching to this chain right here. Like so. And we have finished our 4th row. Now if you want to continue to make the granny square bigger, you can just keep repeating, and you're just going to be continuing to add. So if I kept going, instead of just 3 of these clusters, there would be 4, just as many holes as you have in your row. So we're just going to keep this size for now, so I'm going to cut the yarn, and then I'm just going to chain 1 and then pull through the yarn to make a little knot so that it doesn't unravel, right? This is what it looks like, and this is pretty, has a little bit of a stretch to it, so it is ideal for clothing. And I do want to make a granny square jacket in the future, so I'll be making a tutorial for that sometime soon, hopefully. But now we're just going to weave in our little tail, and we're also going to be weaving in this tail from the beginning. So just take your yarning needle and we're going to be going down these 2 chains like this. Don't pull it too hard. So it kind of looks like it belongs with the chains we made. So now I'm just going to put my needle through the little cluster loops on the bottom and pull it through, and then now I'm going to put it through these few loops. Now you don't have to do it exactly like this, you can just weave it in however you think is best and however you think looks best, but this is just how I do it. So now that I've sewn through here, I'm just going to put mine through, because this is the right side and this is the wrong side, or the front and the back. So I'm just going to weave it through these one more time just to make sure it's extra secure. Then just going to cut, and that's what it looks like. Now we're going to be weaving in this one as well. Now what you could do is you could weave it through each of these to close up a little hole if that's bothering you, but I'm just gonna be weaving it through to leave that little hole. So just gonna start sewing it through like this. Now again, you can just sew it through however you like. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but this is how I like to do it, just to make sure it's extra secure. I'm just gonna cut, and there you go. So this is what it looks like, front and the back. And again, you can make it even bigger if you want to, and make like a little jacket out of it, or you could leave it this size. And here is a ruler for reference, so it's about 4 inches there, a little bit over. And you can make a bunch of these and make like a granny square jacket or a bag, stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!